All right, we are back. Savages in Sobriety. This is the first round of 2026. Thank you very much. I'm here with my boy Corey. We are in a newer program. It's been around for, I guess, a little while, but they've got different views. So, what's one thing that you would like everybody to know about you?
I try hard as hard as I can to move forward. Sometimes it's just a struggle. Well, it's been a struggle in my past, but just moving forward.
Right.
I do move forward.
Progression.
And
Yeah.
this time I have a lot more open mind to progression,
Mm-hmm.
and so I got a lot more things, looking at a future and actually looking at a future.
Right.
So
But an actual progressive and lucrative future.
Yeah.
So, what was the turning point for getting back on the wagon after Colorado Springs?
I had a long run being homeless. Been homeless many times, but this last time it lasted longer than I thought it was actually in reality, and it's been tearing me down, and
Right.
it got me this time.
Right. So, what do you feel is the main thing that's different this time from last?
I've had a lot of time to think about it. When I was even out there, I did nothing but think about it and think about what can I do different? What can I not do that I keep doing? And I got a lot of time to think. 'Cause
Right.
I isolate when I'm homeless, and I isolate, just I always keep to myself, but I've had a lot of time to think.
Right. And do you find any more beneficial, or do you feel anything is more promising this time around?
Yeah, I can see it. I have a good feeling. This time I actually have a feeling about it.
Right.
Each time there's definitely a feeling, but like this time I see me maybe in a different and a better environment.
Yeah.
They say you have to find your spot and where you're comfortable.
Right.
And where you fit in. And so I actually have that feeling about this time, and I've done this probably 8-9 times.
Yeah. What's one thing that you do, or what's one way that you go about your day to help keep yourself where you are?
Mindfulness.
Yeah.
This time, I got an injury, and so
Probably helps keep you grounded.
I've been resting, and I've had a lot of time to, like I said, think on top of, before.
Right.
And using my mindfulness and coping skills.
So is there a specific aspect or a certain thing that you do to help strengthen that mindfulness?
Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like just with everybody in general, or do you have a specific go-to?
Honestly, it's everybody in general.
Yeah.
I communicate even out there in the streets with strangers, and I feel good about it when I do it.
Yeah.
Even on my lowest days.
So then opening yourself up.
Yeah.
So into being isolated for so long, being, whether it had been angry or hurt or ashamed, all the time that you spent being isolated obviously doesn't work. Right? So now you open yourself up more.
Yeah.
to not just, people in our program or people, that are a part of our program, but just humans in general.
Yeah, I try to get them to understand exactly my point of view is, or where I'm coming from.
Right.
Everybody lives their own, or, like you can't really tell about yourself that's compared to somebody else sitting next to you, and if you pick the random person, it's not going to be the same.
Right, exactly. And that's one thing that I have realized is you don't necessarily have to share something with somebody or even have something in common. The fact that we're all humans, we all make mistakes, and we're all good at certain things in our own ways. Now, I've learned, especially recently, that the knowledge that you gain is through your mistakes. But there's a big difference between making mistakes and being a jackass.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So with the mindfulness, obviously, that's something that you're working on, right? I mean, it's obviously not perfect.
But it's always been my go-to for any sort of down and out feeling, or just like I said, isolation, you feel lonely, and I don't purposely think of mindfulness, but
you try and keep it in your head for something.
Yeah.
So if you say not necessarily a bad day or a trigger, but if you feel like you're slipping a little bit, what do you use to bring yourself back? Like they have the breathing exercises and the counting.
I actually, even when I had my run and stuff like that, or runs or whatever, I always kept in touch with a good friend that is also sober now.
Oh, okay.
And been sober for 6 years.
So you have a person of contact that you use specifically?
Yeah, one that who I know and that I'm pretty good friends with. So
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it helps all the time, but mainly that's my go-to.
Right. So reaching out is so instead of using some of the more common the counting thing and the breathing and reading and whatever fucking what is it, journaling.
Five senses or contacting somebody.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. So being the new year, what is your main goal heading into this year?
Well, my goal is to continue my recovery and sobriety. Stick with my sobriety. I got another new goal that just came up recently, that because I've had a lot of time to think, I'm going back to school.
Nice.
So I want to do this, and I will do this, and I want a better future.
So what school do you go to?
AIU.
AIU?
Yeah, it's
for
an
what?
online school. For healthcare management.
Okay.
So there's a lot of positions you can go.
Right. So then I'm not sure about that one, but you're still gonna have to go through the medical integration first, though, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll have to get your like nursing, or is it just administration?
Honestly, I don't know, because this is my first time. I'm starting from scratch to even have that idea in many years.
Okay.
I never even had that idea coming out of high school.
Right. So was it? Have you?
I just picked something that I did actually. I've been to the hospital a few times, and so and I seen somebody that I know and grew up with that works at a hospital, and he just the environment at the hospital, and number one, helping people.
Right.
I kind of just picked.
So you're looking more at the administrative side rather than the RN or okay.
But I might try to slip into something like that.
Okay. What's yeah? Do you know? Did they give you the duration? Is it a 2-4 year?
4 years.
4 years.
A little less than 4 years if I stick with it, like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
For my bachelor's.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, gotta go in order. Let me see. So obviously your sober date moved.
Yes, it moved.
Do you believe in your sober date? Like, do you keep track?
Oh, this time I kind of lost track. I mean, I do remember. I honestly can't tell you a date and what day this last really short day happened before. Kind of just got all messed up, but
Right.
it's,
So it's just
it's
kinda,
recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then you don't really keep track of it right now because
No,
it just kind
in
of
my past though, even like I tried not to keep track of it. I was keeping track of it in one program because I was going to meetings and NA meetings and getting my
tags.
getting the tags and or like coins.
Yeah.
And I mean that's when you're doing that, you gotta keep track.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's so I know people. You know, it's mixed.
Yeah.
You know, like one of my closest friends, Brian Hummel, he truly doesn't believe in the sober date.
Right.
You know, and it's not as much a personal thing as there is a lot of times when it can be weaponized. You know what I mean? Like people use it against you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So God forbid you weren't quite there, then they turn around. Oh well, that's not true. You know what I mean? But for the first 9 months, I was counting days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel good that I accomplished something. You know what I mean? So the first 3 months, I'm counting hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do mentally, like in the back of my head, I do mentally. These last few years, I try not to in a way.
Right. For why?
Just because I know each day I live to do it one day at a time. Like that's
Mhm.
mainly kind of how I get through. But
Right.
I just know I'm sober when I wake up and I
Right.
go to sleep.
And grateful for that day.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
Right. Absolutely.
So when you do it like when you're actually focusing on that and just focusing on your day, I kind of just more focus on that than today's 21 days, 22 days.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Now, so I got a intricate question.
Okay.
So, say you're 3 months sober, right? Kicking ass.
Right.
Now, say for whatever reason you slip up.
Right.
Okay, just that one instance, just whatever the cause, whatever the reason, you slip up.
Right.
Now, would you use that against yourself? Or would you use that as a mental marker and still hang on to that 3 months?
I use it as a mental marker, but knowing in the back of my head that there was a little slip, but I'm continuing and it was right away.
Right. So then you use it to empower yourself.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't necessarily knock yourself back down, like, I fucked up, now I gotta start over.
No, I try not to do that.
Right.
I used to do that.
Right, because it's abusive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Regardless of who, what, when, why, or how, there are certain points where, regardless of how far you've come or what you've been able to accomplish, you have to remember that, for one, if you spend every day, you wake up every day, like you said, every day is a new challenge, but it's a triumph to wake up every single day and know, I got this, I can do this, I'm going to do this. Instead of throwing away 3, 5, 6 months, God forbid, there's that one time where, whatever the cause, whatever it may be, if you can use that for yourself as strength to remind yourself, hey, I've been here, I've seen this, you know what I mean? So later on, you end up in that same situation, you're like,
Yeah.
maybe I don't want to be here, right?
Yeah. I can agree with that.
You know what I mean? Because that's...
But I've been battling kind of with that, this last I'm getting better, but at the same
Right.
time, I'm like, in different situations, it's been,
Right.
like, if it's different in situations, like,
Right.
being enclosed or being, just out there,
Right.
it's, my mind can go either which way.
Right. Well, so I am referring to a specific instance.
Right.
I mean, you go as in depth as you want to. That's up to you.
Right.
So the atmosphere obviously makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, and there's a lot in that incident, dude. Honestly, like I've never actually had this like sort of situation pop up. Honestly, in my environment,
Right, right.
Like honestly, it's the first time, dude. I've been in addiction for years,
Right.
and like usually it happens by myself down on the streets.
Right.
This time it was different, and it was with somebody I knew, and a new environment, and enclosed, and
But so it in a I don't know what you call it, a comfortable environment.
yeah,
So, you know, whether it be an everyday living situation or even just a new experience,
yeah,
right? And then naturally, being with somebody you know and they might be influential, right?
I've never. It's like a test.
Right.
And so, I mean, I don't consider myself like, oh, I failed, but like, I've always thought about it, like when things get brought up in like, you know, treatments or whatever, and they're like, if you're in this situation or whatever, or if you're influenced by somebody, I really fucking thought past that. And then, like, okay, here's the situation. And I did pass on it. And then where was my mind though when right after I said no, I just went from no to
Fuck it.
yeah, fuck it. And there's no consequences I'm thinking of.
Right. Well, and then, I mean, we both know that regardless of the situation, the last thing you're thinking about is consequences.
Yeah, and I know the major consequence is always in the back of my head though.
Right.
Like, it just ends up the same every time.
Right. And then also one thing that I'm working on is the possibility of those circumstances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, there's only one person to blame for it.
Myself.
Right. No. Because I've had this conversation.
Right.
And we all know that if that particular influence
If it wasn't
had not been able to influence, then it wouldn't have happened.
oh no, totally 100%.
Right. So that's weird. One thing that we're working on is recognizing those threats, right? Because we're all here because we're trying to become better.
Right.
We are all being given second, third, fifth, seventh, 25th chances.
You see, that's where I'm at in my head too. Like,
And right. So at the end of the day, obviously it's your choice. Right? Now, say same situation, somebody that you know but not as comfortable with. Like, so same situation, so everything's the same. Only the person
isn't it?
is, you know them, but you're not as comfortable with them.
Honestly, probably no. I mean, no, I would say no. But I mean, if the longer I am in my right mind, anyways, because I was still in early recovery.
Right.
Very early recovery.
Right, so it's still susceptible.
Yeah.
Right.
But they say relapse is part of. So I went a long time after I heard relapse is part of recovery, which I took a long time also to realize that it's really not. It's it's part of it, but it's not acceptable to choose that.
Right. Well, see, and that I'm kind of on the fence with that too, because so for those of you who may not know, relapse is absolutely a part of recovery. The reason being, it's just like riding a bike. Okay? I mean, it's like riding a bike. You get on the bike because you see other people on the bike, and you see these people, and you want to be a part of that. So you get on that bike, when you fall and you fuck yourself up, the first thing you want to do is quit. right? Now, in the back of your head, you're thinking, I really want this though, right?
Right.
So it goes one of two ways. You get back on that bike and do your best to focus on riding that bike, or you just give up completely.
And see, this is where I'm at. In giving up completely is recovery is not really new to me, but it's also a thing that I haven't gotten too far in. But like you said, it gets to a point to where you just give up.
Right.
And though it also goes back to, oh, I can do this again later.
Right.
You know, I've done it before. I can just get on it, like, right back on it.
Right.
It's never getting right back, though.
Right.
Honestly, I have maybe once or twice, but each time is a lesson for sure. And I don't know. That's one thing I'm trying to cope with and learn is not to give up.
Right.
Because giving up, I know what that looks like. Like physically, literally knows what that looks like. From this past time, I looked at myself in the mirror and I almost couldn't look at myself in the mirror anymore.
Right.
And I can say that I've never actually had to say that even.
Right.
I literally, they say look yourself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's taken me, 9 years?
Yeah.
And I did not at all like what I saw and then what it's done to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I realized that as time has gone on, because I like that, because you know when you're young and you know full of life and you have nothing to lose, no one can touch me, right? When you look at yourself, you're like, I got this, you know, because God forbid you fall and you bounce right back, right? But then as time progresses,
it's you start getting people notice before you notice. You start getting told things that you don't want to believe, and you just don't want to. You can't believe that they're saying that about you until you do look at yourself,
right?
and you're just like, damn, like I don't know what to say.
Right.
The only thing I can do is to stop and get better.
Right. So then, now that you look at yourself, what do you see?
I see that I'm trying to get better. I'm getting better.
Right. I mean, you look a hell of a lot better.
Yeah. So in our instance of in our past, when you seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
And that was one of the people that had said something to me like, even before that though, like I was looking at myself in the mirror like, yeah. And I just couldn't believe how quick it can go from 0 to 100 in less than a couple months.
Right.
But in my past, I've never done that. But I never looked at myself in the mirror. But
right, because you're too busy doing you.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, you know. And then I mean, I don't know. We're not supposed to say it, right? But one of the sayings is one is never enough.
Oh yeah.
And 10,000, or no, yeah, one is never enough. And no, one is too many. 10,000 is never enough, right?
Right.
So somebody tell me what that is, because I can't fucking remember. But you know, it's basically if you step out of the realm into the darkness, that one step is too far. You know what I mean? And then there's no end. So 10,000 steps in, you're still walking. You know what I mean?
Oh, when you're off to the races and you take that first step, it's never. I mean, I've never experienced just one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Absolutely. That's it. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is for you. Whether it's smoking, shooting, drinking, gambling. You know what I mean? The addictive mind takes you to a place that is real.
You start adapting to your environment,
right?
Which is anywhere and everywhere, and you get comfortable with, the worst places, scenarios.
Exactly, and it's nothing but destructive. It's nothing but just shit. Yeah, we've been on here 25 minutes. Hell yeah. So, where do you see yourself in? I don't know. Let's break it down. Where do you see yourself in 3 months?
Here.
Yeah.
I see myself here. Working. Continuing. I mean, one of my goals, like I said, is going to school. So I'm going to school. Just obviously it's still sober and.
No, I mean that's good.
And moving forward.
Where do you see yourself on the 1st of 2027?
Celebrating my year.
Fucking A. How about 5 years from now?
Having a career and celebrating my 5 years.
I like that.
And being comfortable with myself.
Right. Right.
Because that's taken. Oh, it takes a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. That's I got 11 months tomorrow.
Yeah. I did a year, and I gotta honestly say something else came upon that towards the end. And my focus was lost, of course.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't about drugs, or it wasn't about using. It was just, that focus is on another addiction, which like man can have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then that turns into a whole different story.
Oh yeah. No, that's the hardest part about addiction is you try and suppress it with something else. And for a lot of people, they replace one with another, thinking, oh, well, this isn't me, so I'm not going to destroy myself, but I need something to distract myself with. You know what I mean?
Major distraction.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what.
Right? But then that's the worst part is, with the addicted personality, even if it's not your DOC or your shtick, it still becomes destructive. Because with the addicted personality, you fall into it.
And you can choose once it's gone, you can choose to keep going and keep choosing, or you go the other way and once it's gone, you replace it with substance.
Or something else.
Or something else.
Right.
But then you say, I don't know, Jordan, they just say, give up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how other people do it, but like, in my situation, I left a situation that I was in sobriety, and I also got left on, which I left because of the whole situation. And when I realized it, I was like, fuck it.
Right. Yeah, you're already past the point of no return, so you're just...
Yeah.
Right. So, what would you say to somebody out there right now, in the shit, hopeless?
Don't give up. Keep trying. Keep putting that foot. Keep putting your foot in front of the other. And I know it's hard, but don't look back, and don't try to do something you've done before that didn't work. Try to realize that that past didn't work. And sometimes you got to realize that you can't do it by yourself. How you're doing it. It sometimes takes a community to
reach out for help.
Yeah.
There's help out there. You don't have to do it alone, and I love that. Number one thing: do not give up. Never give up. You're worth it. You always have been and you always will be. You have to remember that. You have to take it upon yourself to move forward. All right, buddy. Thanks for being on here, man. Love you guys.